and then Lee's going to take us away.
Ah, you bastard, Joe. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Move, Sweat, and Suffer with myself, Lee Hazard, and my co-host, co-founder, and good friend, Joe Hotai. And tonight we have some fun in store. We have got the Burpee's version of Charlie Chaplin himself.
How's it going? How's it going? It's nice to be here. Thanks very much for the warm invite and welcome.
Hang on,
Chris,
Chris.
I've not even
He's not finished. He's not finished his intro yet. You just got to wait.
Sorry,
This is typical Chris. He always needs to get a word in.
sorry. Please.
The one and only Mr. 500 himself, 10 Stretch, otherwise known as Chris.
How's it going, everyone? As I said, right, start again. Thank you very much for having me on the show. Bye. Thank you.
Mate, I feel your pain, Chris. It's hard to know exactly when Lee's finished because he has these dramatic pause for effect moments when he's speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd be used
Like
to it
that.
by now, but you can never be too used to it and stuff like that when it comes to Lee. So, yeah.
That's right. Mate, great to have you on. Awesome to see you here. Thank you for making time. And congratulations on smashing out those 500. We will come back to that because that will be a discussion topic for sure. But I want to ask, my first question is, why the name for the channel 10 Stretch? Where'd that come from? What the hell's that all about?
Right, so for all of you who don't know, I actually work alongside Lee. Two of us have been working together for about 4 years, kind of 4 years now and stuff like that. So anyway, we were in work one day getting a chat, talking about starting the channel up, and then just this 10 stretch just really came out of nowhere. There's not really a lot of explanation for it. It started off as a joke, and then it kind of spurred into where it is today. So yeah, man. So there isn't, unfortunately, any real basis behind it apart from started with a joke, and now we're here.
think- I think what Chris is not elaborating on here is that the term 10 Stretch refers to spending 10 years in prison.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think Chris made a joke along the lines of that he would end up doing a 10 Stretch over something. And I thought, 10 Stretch? You should call your Burpee channel that, mate, 10 Stretch.
And then he
Just
ran with
sounded-
it.
And he's ran with it ever since, so he's now known as Mr. 10 Stretch.
10 stretch,
10
man. So a few
stretch.
people have asked me what it is, and what, have you ever actually been to prison? It's like, well, see, they're like 10 stretch, so I'm more like 10 days, but yeah, man, so that's what I get quite a lot of people asking if I went to prison, but no, I've not done any time yet.
Right. Yeah, good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Keep it that way. And my other one is I hear that what we have the privilege, Lee and I, of observing with you is you've got £1,000 camera, but you don't have a car. Is that true?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Actually, I had to go and finance it. I ran the car into the ground. I've ran it into the ground. So yeah, man. So £1,000 camera, all the gear, no idea.
Sounds like Lee and I.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah,
Awesome.
man.
All right. Let's if you don't mind, Lee and Chris, I want to jump into your burpee journey, mate. And I've been seeing some of your recent videos where you've gone back and shown and spoken a bit about your progression from where you were X amount of time ago to where you've come to now. I think I saw one of the videos when you cracked out 300 burpees and you were reflecting on when you hit your first 100, and I think how much of a challenge and struggle that was for you. But can you talk us through, Chris, what kickstarted your desire to start this burpee journey in the first place, and what sort of growth have you seen in yourself, or what sort of changes have you seen in yourself, whether physically, mentally, etc.?
So when I was working alongside Lee and stuff like that, I've started seeing Lee coming in to work and then just repping out these massive repetitions, and then he's been speaking to me the kind of change. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, but it was a kind of case where, well, we're kind of at the crossroads where, especially when I was going to the gym, I just wasn't, it's not that it was boring me, but I was just not feeling the challenge anymore and not really feeling the gym. So it's quite a funny story behind that. I went to one of the local gyms and I was on the squat rack setting up. So done a few reps and stuff. This girl's came over and she's been like that to me. Listen, you nearly finished. We have to do 2 more sets. So as I'm repping out and stuff like that, and she's still hanging about, I was like, maybe she's digging these reps, man. Maybe she's loving this. Do you know what I mean? So then I turn round and she has this like camera equipment out. She's got the ring light. She's got this fancier camera than what I have. And then she's setting up this. So she's got this full studio equipment and stuff. So she shuffled me off the squat rack, and then I went over, and then there was these 2 dudes recording. So I'm just walking about the gym. Like, is this surpassed me now? Is fitness gone? Is this it for me? So back to the story, I just didn't feel challenged anymore. I wasn't getting anywhere. I was bored. Just everything hit me. So then I started seeing Lee, what he was doing, the passion. He was talking to me about it, and then from there he just really motivated me. So the motivation came from Lee because I didn't see anything about the Iron Wolf and anything like that. My kind of Iron Wolf was Lee in a sense. So he spoke to
Iron
me.
Lee, Iron Lee.
Iron Lee, strong and conditioned. So without rambling on too much, to back the story, it was Lee who got me into it, and I've
Oh, wow.
Oh man, so yeah.
Awesome. Can I just jump in?
Yeah, sorry.
Can I just jump in 1 sec? Can you just confirm, did you just get bumbled off a squat rack by a lady?
Jim Sharp.
She just bumbled you off, just like, shuffle on, would you? See you later.
Dad. See you later, mate. Get off. Catch you later.
Yeah.
Get your noob gains out of here and get off the bench, old man. See you later on. Leave the squat back to the team.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, yeah, carry on. Yeah, go,
That's
Lee.
cool.
Chris basically got bullied off the squat rack by a TikTok influencer.
Yeah, well, it's probably one of those videos, man, like Jim fails and me just walk with my head down and stuff like that. So. Yeah, man. So the gym surpassed me, fitness surpassed me, but Lee's gave me that fire again. So transformation wise, okay, so I've worked out for a long time, like most people and stuff. Been working out for years, but I know what do I see the body composition and the change in fitness and stuff like that. That I thought I was always fit, but the transformation in such a short time is unbelievable. It's nuts, honestly. It's crazy. So I was trying to train more of a mindset rather than like fitness and whatever else, but it's crazy for such a short time. Honestly, I felt better working out, and it's hard to explain, but it's nuts. The transformation's crazy over such a short period of time. It's unbelievable.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think
It's still a
that's what
struggle.
drags people into the Burpee sort of journey is the profound instant results. The instant euphoria gained from completing your first, say, 50, 100 reps on a daily basis, which then leads to sort of developing that consistency. And then what happens is because the workload is so high compared to what you're used to at that point, you start to see these sort of small physique changes take place quite quickly.
Yeah.
Case in point, I've got a lady in the gym right now who she's been coming into the gym for years, and she's just kind of been doing her own thing. And about 4 weeks ago, like during one of my fitness classes, I decided to do the Iron Wolf cardiovascular punishment routine, which is just 4 exercises, but repeated in as many rounds as possible. And you could just see the class getting wiped out within 3 rounds. And you know, a lot of these fitness classes, they're based on like lots of exercises. There's like 16 exercises laid out. People get confused. The intensity can sort of drop. Yeah, because like a lot of fitness instructors, they're not confident in their product in that respect, and they're worried that the class will turn against them. They want the class to be entertained, whereas the Burpee community know that exercise, when done effectively, is not entertainment. It's the complete opposite of entertainment.
Yeah.
So that's why that's difficult to implement. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on about this. So we did the cardiovascular punishment, and the lady in question has now sustained that workout. She's doing it every day. And I seen her the other day, and I was shocked at the amount of weight she'd lost in that short space of time.
I don't want to name drop it or anything, but is it who I think it is?
Yeah. Like I was shocked at the weight loss herself. Like she was astounded at the results she has got just by doing the Iron Wolf cardiovascular punishment routine.
But
that's awesome.
with me, I don't want to go too much into this and stuff like that. But see, before I started exercising again, I kind of dropped out for a while, so I put on a lot of weight, and I was like, I would say just shy of over 16 stone and stuff. And see, ever since I started like smashing the burpees and stuff, the weight's just been coming off, man. Honestly, it's just
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. It's nuts. Really, really good.
So actually, that's an interesting point. What can you remember roughly? He's just dropped out. So Lee, we mentioned his battery life wasn't very. He's not
It's
very
just
well
me and
prepared,
you,
is he?
the
It's
Joe
just,
and Ken
it's just,
sweat show.
it's it. We
Joe and
get
Ken
rid of him.
sweat show, yes.
Yeah, we kick him out. Let's kick Lee out.
Cool.
But I'll come back to that. He might try and get back in. Hopefully he does.
Cool, man.
But what was your weight leading up to prior to you starting? Can you remember? And can you convert that to kilos?
Yeah, so I'm sure I was just shy of 98 kilo.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
When you
round about
started.
98 kilo. Yeah, I've got before and after pictures and weights and stuff, but I wasn't want to put it up at this moment. But I think I'm going
Yeah,
to put
that's
it up
right.
on my Instagram. But
Yeah.
I was hovering above round about 98 kilograms, but right now I'm just shy of 89 kilograms, roughly round about that. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
awesome,
man,
man.
this big gut couldn't even see my feet or anything. So
Yeah,
yes, so
that's great to hear. Man, so that's like what, 10 kilos, 19 kilos so
yeah,
far?
so that was over. Yeah, so that was over a few months anyway. So
Wicked, man.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
work. Hey, he's dropped out
yes,
again. This
I know.
he's a muppet.
So I know he's a nightmare. So yeah, so the thing you were asking about the burpees too, is I say see the progression, like as you
Yeah,
said, from the 300, from the 100 and then the 50. It
yeah.
never feels as if it gets any easier, but that 300 felt like the first time I'd done my 50, and then felt like the first time I'd done my 100. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was nuts, man. And that time I attempted the 500, it always started, it haunted me for days and days and days and stuff like that. Just leaving it at 30, lying in my bed at night time, couldn't sleep because it, so I had to get it done. But the reason why is it's not so much that I let myself down, it's people who are supporting you, helping you, taking their time out of their day to message. It's a big thing to me because I know how busy life is, and people just taking their time out to invest in you to come and see you, and then that. So it cut me deep, to be honest with you, not word of a lie. So I had to get it done.
Yeah, awesome. And thank you for sharing that too, because we will delve into that.
So, yeah, no problem.
Lee, Mr. Hazard, welcome back
He's back,
for a
back in
third
the
time,
mix.
second,
The
third
man, the
time.
myth.
I just noticed something here, and I just want to mention it. Your T-shirt, 10 stretch. Is that a Gymshark logo?
Yeah, my missus makes me wear it. She says you don't wear Gymshark, you're out the door. She loves the Gymshark crew.
I thought Lee might have. I only just picked up on it when you dropped out the second time, Lee. I was like, hey, is that a Gymshark logo? I'm sure Lee
Yeah,
said
yeah.
something about Gymshark. So would you just like to go ahead and
Let it rip, Lee.
let it
go.
rip, please, Lee, about Gymshark?
He just can't shake that sort of commercial gym mentality. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's inherent in his DNA. Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask? Can I ask 10 stretch, Chris? Do you head to the gym now? Are you set up with ring lights and everything when you're at the
Right.
gym?
At the gym, no chance. I get too
No.
embarrassed to even pull a camera out in the gym and stuff like that. So all my workouts will be even in the home. If I'll only kind of video when the missus is out and stuff. I'm quite a shy person, believe it or not. So nah, no for me. Never. I would never video in
Never.
the gym. Each to their own, but it wouldn't be me anyway. Nah, no chance.
And so actually, just on that family, what's your situation family wise? Wife, children?
Yeah, I've got a girlfriend and a 5-year-old daughter. So yeah, man, it's quite hectic like most of us. Do you know what I mean? So we even try to get in a few burpees here and there, as crazy as it is. So yeah, man, it's weird workouts at 1 in the morning and 6 in the morning and just all different times. So yeah, man, it's
Awesome.
This
much
is
as people
obviously
think.
where the Hall of Gains was born.
The Hall
Yes,
of
the Hall of
Games.
Gains. The Hall of Gains is really where that's the only place I'm allowed to work out. But now I'm starting to break the flooring. I think it may be the Garden of Gains next. So we'll need to see where that one. So we'll need to see where that goes.
Wicked. And so with your setup and your well, I guess what's your goal? What's your objective with regards to? Is it more weight focused? Is it just overall physical, mental health, wellness? What's your objective, Chris?
Right now, so before, well, do you want it what I based it on before, or just right now as we are at this moment? Like
I,
what
I
got me into
reckon
fitness, or
I reckon if you can do both
okay.
before and yeah.
So back when I started in fitness, it was a kind of when I was younger, man. I remember that this is how I forgot. In fact, I'll just tell the story. So when
Yeah.
I was about 19 and stuff, my mates said, "Do you want to go to the gym and stuff?" And I said, "Gym, man." It's quite taboo at that time. So I went right, and he goes, "My mate's uncle owns this gym. He's like ex Mr. Glasgow or something. I don't know. He was an ex, some rough bodybuilder slash drug dealer. I think I don't know." So we went to this gym. There was like a shed with lockers and stuff. So I went in, all the lights were off, and it was just like 90s acid house playing and stuff. So I remember the first time I walked in, it was like there was these two treadmills. So these two boys came in and they went on the treadmills and they put the plugs on. So the guy for the judge, why you get those? I don't know if I can swear or not, but we'll keep it. We'll keep it. So, anyways, told him we got off the treadmills and just popped them right out. So there was these guys, man, just walking out, tanning Anavar and whatever else in this gym, repping it out. So then this mad bodybuilder guy took us under his wing, and I don't think he was right, man. So he had me doing like 15 reps in all these sets. So it was crazy. So after that, eventually, I don't know why, but I got the taste for the working out and stuff like that. So then I thought, if I'm not the best at looking, so if I get some muscles, I maybe pull a girl or something like that. That didn't work either. So anybody that's out there thinking muscles is going to get you above this, no, you won't get a girlfriend with muscles. So anyway, at that point, it was all about vanity. And then after that, I wanted to get into some kind of sport, try different sports and stuff like that. After sports, then it became just a habit. And then where I am right now, so I'm like 39 years of age, and
39,
it's
right.
more for health now. I don't want any of this excess fat, muscle, bulking, all this weird stuff. I just want to work hard, train hard, and just keep a good health about me. So it's more a health,
Nice.
like just physical health and stuff like that. Yeah. So more than anything,
Awesome.
just more
Thanks.
of a mindset, because I feel as if the mindset alone helps you in life with other things, gives you a better focus and productivity and stuff like that. So it's a mindset and body rather than anything else. If that makes sense.
Beautiful, man. No, it does, and thanks for sharing that too. I
Yeah,
love the openness and that honesty about there was vanity at the start.
yeah,
Might
yeah,
pull a girl, might pull a
yeah.
girl.
Did I?
Listen,
But
listen, Joe, don't let this guy kid you. It's still about vanity with this guy. Right?
it's still about vanity.
I mean, look at his podcast setup, for Christ's sake. We've had guys that look like they've been getting kept a hostage in Buffalo Bill's pit.
I've seen some of them.
And now you've got 10 stretch, it looks like he's in a fucking hip hop video.
You
I didn't. You can see my receding hairline now and stuff, man. I wish you kept it, man. You're getting to see my bald spots and stuff.
you make our podcast look. This is probably one of the flashiest looking podcast episodes we've had because of you, Ted Stretch, with your setup.
Well, I'm hoping I can deliver. We'll see what other stories I've got along the line. I may get his banned or not. We'll see what happens. But I'll try to keep it okay.
But I like how you've shared that, and just the progression and where you're at now and what's happening. And
Yeah.
yes, okay, so 39. That's a point. When you were speaking, so you wanted to get into sports. What sports were you getting into, and were you any good?
So I started with boxing. No, is it boxing? So I started going boxing, same again. I kicked about with, I kind of was in the wrong crowd when I was younger. So that was the kind of thing round East End of Glasgow is, we'll go boxing and all this crazy stuff. So I remember I went boxing. I only went once, by the way, right? So I went in, and I'm not going to name the trainer.
gym?
He's a really famous trainer and stuff like that. So I went in, and my mate who trained there was like, listen, he thinks he's a bit of a boy and stuff like that. So I remember they're like, you ever sparred before? And I was like, no really. So they put me in with this semi-professional dude, man. I swear to God, I get my head pounded for like 4 rounds, man. They absolutely just beat me up at the gym. So boxing was only one time. So after that, I done the jiu-jitsu. I honestly 3 rounds. So after the round, it was like, right, go down, do 20 push-ups. So like, I couldn't even hit this guy. I never hit him once. They absolutely pounded my ribs to death. You ever seen Rocking? He's beating the meat and stuff. I just smashed the carcass. That's what it was like. 4 rounds of hell, man. I absolutely smashed my head in. So, but Hey, it was alright. That was a one time. So after that, it was jiu-jitsu. Done that for about a year, around about a year and a half. Done a bit of rugby temporarily. So I've never been any professional level, but I've tried more sports. Tried a bit of football. I was rubbish at that also. So I tried. So jiu-jitsu is probably one of the longest sports I stuck out. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what? So, are you still doing it now, or you stopped that? You just did it for a year, and
Yeah, just about a year and a half. Then I stopped that too. So that's what I'm saying. This is where the mindset comes into, because I've done all these different things. You had a chat with me also. We had a chat about how, like, sometimes through life you do these things and then you drop out to move on to something else rather than sticking in the long term game. So with that mindset, it's hard to explain, but yeah, it's
yeah,
if you know where I'm coming from, you just go to these things and eventually your mindset lets you drop out. You start to make up excuses. I need to go to work, or I can't do this because a kid, or I can't do this, and these things. You start putting up these blockers yourself rather than just saying, "Listen, it's just yourself. It's just
yeah,
yourself." So yeah, so that's why training the mindset is a big thing for me, to push the boundaries rather than just working out for the sake of it. If you know
nice.
what I mean.
Yeah, I do, and I like. Oh, I'll let him back in first. I like how you well, I've just admitted him, but he's not shown up yet. I like how you mentioned drop out just at the time when Lee then drops out. Now he's upside
Yeah.
down
You're
in the
going to have to
camera.
the app keeps
Th-
floating like
this guy, man,
Jeez, man.
and he's gone, and
Oh,
he's gone. I think I
jeez.
should just not even admit him and let him back in. I want to ask you something else. So it looks quite gaming setup.
Ah, right, okay.
Do you play video games or
Yeah, I'm actually a streamer. I never told Lee
you
this
are?
either. I don't think he knows. Yeah, so I
All right,
stream. So
tell
same
us.
again, Joe. I done it for about 2 years, and I built up a lot of subscribers. I built up a
Yeah.
lot of followers. I was like doing well, and then again, due to foreseen reasons, ended up dropping out. But I'm back at it again and building up. So yeah, I'm a variety streamer, but more of a entertainer. So I try to entertain through comedy and other such acts. I'm not that good at gaming. I'm okay at it, but I'm not that good. So I'm trying to think where I go. So yeah, I've been streaming for a few years now. So that's
Oh,
why
awesome.
the setup and stuff like that. So yeah,
How do we? Should I let him back in?
yeah, I would say so. What I'm in here,
Okay.
maybe
All
yeah,
right.
you
Let's
can
see
find
if
out
he's
now
upside
that
down again. Yeah. and what's your channel? How can people find you on
ten
your?
stretch,
Oh,
ten
it's just 10
stretch,
straight. Same,
10 stretch.
same
Yeah,
thing.
yep,
All
same
right.
thing.
Cool.
Did you know that about us, Lee? I don't think we did, or else we wouldn't speak to me in work.
what's that? Sorry, my app is just a disaster on this phone. I've had a
Sorry.
technical disaster tonight.
You can catch up with it once we put it live. You can catch up. I'll leave it to then.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Catch up with it.
yeah. We'll catch up with him. I'll let him. I'll keep letting him in
Yeah.
when he comes up. But that's good. It's interesting. Maybe we'll leave it as a little secret for him. We'll know then if he's reviewed
Yeah.
the
He'll know if he
podcast and
blocks
stuff.
me for Instagram and stops following me, and YouTube will know if he liked it or not. So we'll see. But
And sends me a message to unsubscribe and all that sort of stuff. No,
crazy.
he wouldn't do
Crazy.
that. But man, that's cool. And what do you do? So are you a trainer by
Yeah.
trade? Is that your work, eh?
Yeah, that's right. So I'm a personal trainer and fitness instructor. So I've
Nice.
been doing that. So I'm 39 just now. I've been doing that
Yep.
since 25, 26. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
I've been doing that quite a long time. So
Long time, all right. And at the same place where you're at now with Lee, or have you bounced around the place?
see, I'm in the same company, but we can get put in different buildings. So I think me and
Right.
Lee get put in the same building for all our sins in the company. So they put us together. So no, we're in the same building. So yeah. Oh jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's good to hear. And so I want to jump into this 500 and the first attempt, all right? Because then and just sort of, I guess, unpack a little bit as much as you're comfortable with, because I noticed in the second time you had family and stuff, and there was a lady that came through when you were nearing the end as well,
Yeah.
of that when you completed it.
Hmm.
Were the same people in the home when you were going the first time? It seemed like it was just you.
Yeah, the first time, yeah, it was just me.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
me in. Yeah, so it was an earlier time of the day. So my girlfriend, I think, was at work. And my kid was at school. So yeah, it was just me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what? And that was the day. So when you were doing it, you had made the announcement the day before, right? Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And so what drove you? What was going on in your head to put it out there and say, I'm doing 500 burpees tomorrow?
Right.
What
I
was your
s-
reason for that?
Same again. I spoke to Lee after this, and Lee's kind of. I don't know if you were going to do a topic on this, Lee, but I'm going to steal it off you anyway. So
Yeah.
there's a thing with the burpees that we spoke about that actually made sense because I was the same. You have this, I'll call it the romance of the burpees. You're lying in bed at night, you've got this big idea. You think to yourself, I'm going to do 500 burpees. And when it actually comes to the push comes to shove, the reality kicks in, and then the dark side of burpees kicks in at like 100 and 200. So in the moment, because that, we'll call it the layoff, but I thought to myself, I need to come back. I need to prove myself to myself and to everybody else that I'm not just a joker of these people who drop in and out. I need to. So that's why I put a number of 500, and I thought to myself, right, this will get me back in the respect of people. And it's not that I need the respect of people, but people have invested in following me, subscribing. So what's the point in letting people down? So I had this number in my head, and I thought to myself, regardless of what happens, I'm going to do it. And unfortunately, it didn't go that way, which haunted me until I eventually did get it going. So, as I says, it was a whole night before and the day before that. The romance of the I can do this when you're lying in bed at night, you're pumped, you're like, I'll do this, no problem. But when the reality of the burpees kicks in, you hit that dark side of the burpees, you realise that, oh, I shouldn't have said that. So I shouldn't have put that. Maybe I should have said 200. Do you know what I mean? Or 100. So, or 470 people would have been okay. So my apologies. I will never put a claim on something that I'm not going to do again. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Why? Because I had it planned for that Thursday to do it, but do you know what? I'll just tell you. I'll tell you why the
Yeah.
second attempt happened. I was watching Lee's live Q&A, and
Yep.
somebody's wrote, "Is that 10 stretch the quitter or the loser or something?" I just turned it off and put the camera on straight away, and I was like, man, screw this. And I just started getting in. It was about 8 o'clock at night, and I was watching the live Q&A, and then I've seen it, someone, I don't know who it was, he probably never wrote it out with any maliciousness or any bad terms behind it. I think it maybe have just been
Right.
a joke, but I was like, man, screw this, I ain't no quitter. So I just turned the phone off, get the camera on, and just started busting it out. So
Man, that's awesome.
yeah,
Well,
man.
awesome to hear that they are. But yeah, I didn't see that. That's a shame. But hopefully, it wasn't meant with any sort of.
I don't think it was. It's listen. See, at the end of the day, see when you put yourself out there online on YouTube and whatever else, it's up to the public how it happens. So
Yeah.
what's said, you need to be prepared for it. So whatever was said is said. So I don't take anything personally. So it's just that way where it's that. What do you call it? That what's that word I'm looking for? The like a sportsmanship kind of mentality sense where I went, right, they're saying that, let's prove them wrong and do this right now. So that's what happened.
That's what happened. Good for you.
Yeah.
I
But
was. I tell you what. Oh, sorry. Go. But
no, sorry, your the comment that you wrote, that was the one that it got to me where I felt like as if like, see, I hate letting people down, man. It was so I'm doing this. So that's why in the video, the second one, I don't know if you heard the like these last
yeah.
30 reps are for Joe. This is it. Sorry, I
Yeah.
let you doing this. Is it, Joe? We're doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
did. I heard that, and I just wanted to. I'll rewind a bit. I really the first video, I
mhm.
appreciated that you put it out there and that you were getting into it. And then I think I mentioned in a bit of a rant, but it's good that I've got you here. But man, I was distraught when
Yeah,
when
man.
you stopped at 470. I was like, what the hell?
I know. I
Where
know.
the hell has he gone? But I'm glad you've come back. We've gone past that. You've come back, cracked out these, and I did hear that. These are for you, Joe. And
Uh,
it
yeah,
definitely put a big smile on my face. But I was so stoked, and especially the celebration at the end too, with the
yeah, man.
family and yourself. That was very very cool.
Yeah, it was
So,
good. Yeah,
mate,
yeah,
massive respect. Grateful that you did it. But you know, for me, when I was even watching the first one, yeah, it doesn't like just chip away one at a time. You'll finish it. And then I was just, I was angry when
Yeah,
you started the
I
first
can
time.
understand that. I felt it. I felt it on the message. I felt it. That was the one that got me the most. So that's why I couldn't have left it like that. So yeah, man. So spoke to Lee about it and work. That was the main thing I was speaking about. I was like, I can't let Joe do mostly and stuff like that, just because of that. So yeah.
Nah, mate.
All
Well,
right, mate.
yeah, you're right, Lee. You're
It's,
back. We forgot that you're there.
I know, I'm having a disaster. The app is just continuously crashing in my phone, so I can only apologise. How unprofessional of me.
Yes, it
That's
is
right.
extremely unprofessional of you. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask before you cut out?
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. I've been
just, just so Chris has spoken about his live. He's gone.
Oh, jeez, man. This is my big moment, Lee. Like,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
hyped myself up to this all day.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll look to probably edit him out of this whole interview. Actually, I should do that.
I'm out.
Mate. So that's cool. So that's that milestone ticked. But I know you're working towards 1,000, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so, what can you share with us? What you are doing, and how frequently? How often are you training? Particularly burpees. Is it a daily thing? Is it a few times per week thing? Is it a time-based thing? Is it a combination? What's your training schedule look like for you, Chris?
So, what I've been doing is it has been every day, but I've not been making the videos every day because it's dependent on location. So, depending where I am, sometimes I can't get the camera out and video and stuff. It's difficult. So, every day, like the other day, I've got a video to put up. Actually, I tried the Pelican, but never tried. I done it Pelican Bay, the Pelican Bay
Pelican
routine.
Bay routine. Yeah,
Oh
is that
man,
the 30 down to 1?
yes, no, I done 25 down to 1. I thought it was
Oh, yeah.
no,
Oh, awesome.
25. Yeah, so 25 down to 1, man. So, geez, man, the thing absolutely killed me. So, I'm trying these different routines and then
Routines.
just watching yourself and weighing other people and then going, right, what have they been doing round about the same time scale? So, I've been looking back so many months and try to see, like, and then pick out one and then go from there. But as I said, I'm trying to just keep up in the game every single time. But if I was to do the 500 every day, I wouldn't be on this podcast, man. I'd probably be in the grave, you know. So the Pelican Bay was a tough one. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep
Yeah.
at it. 'Cause if you keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself, as I says, you can evolve in a quick time. So I struggled with 50 a couple of
Yeah.
months ago, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I struggled with 50, and now okay, it wasn't pretty, but it's 500. So
Yeah.
so every single day,
Yep.
I'm training, but most of the time it'll just be straight 200 now. So it's just 200.
Awesome.
Minimum
Can,
will be 200.
minimum 200. And
Yeah.
can I ask so roughly how long ago, how long have you been doing burpees consistently for, Chris?
So I started in October, and then by the time I
Just
got
last year.
yeah, 2021, yeah, October 2021.
Wow.
So is it the 9th of October? I think it was 9th of October 2021.
Yeah.
And I dropped out for, I think it was round about a month. So I ended up really
Yeah, I
unwell and
saw
stuff.
that.
Oh, man, oh, God, it was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. So I ended up unwell for about a month, and then I've came back. So take that month out in October, yeah. So only really a few months when you think about it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not long. Can I
yeah,
ask if it's all right with you? So you said you
of
were
course.
unwell. Did you
Yeah,
have COVID?
no, no, not COVID. No,
No.
I wish it was worse than COVID. I think. So what happened is
Oh.
that I ended up getting this. It started off as an ear infection, which I was
Oh,
alright,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
But then it ended up turning in I got my eardrum burst on my left eardrum burst, and then something happened to
Ah.
another one. I can't remember the term for it, but it's this long name. So that went. So I ended up losing like 95% of my hearing. So I was basically deaf for like 2 weeks or something. It was horrible.
Yeah, right.
So eventually, I still really can't hear too well from it. I can still hear a bit and stuff a lot better, but yeah, man, it was about a month that went on for, so it was a nightmare. So there's a lot of vertigo and dizziness and stuff like that. So
Yeah, gotcha. And I think I remember that, although I don't remember all the details, but Lee would have been hassling you around that time, right?
oh, big time, yeah, man. We doesn't care. We doesn't care what happens. You can stand in a landmine and your leg can go, and we'll still expect from you. So there's no. We didn't want to hear any of it. He didn't want to hear none of it. So do you know what I mean? He's like, no, get a grip of yourself. So we had none of it. Zero.
I think he created some Canva pictures, didn't he, and sent them through to you.
Oh God, it was every single day. So I'm lying there, right? I can't watch TV, so I can't hear. So I'm just lying looking at a ceiling, feeling sorry for myself, and then these pictures come through, man, just absolutely tearing me up. So yeah, it helped me through it. Thanks for that.
That's his supportive nature, eh? Coming through,
Yeah,
just
listen, that's the way you've got to be. If everybody cradled you and babied you and stuff like that, just make you soft. So you've got to go for it.
yeah, no, good. And it's good to hear that you come back. So October, then a month off. We're only in January now, so it's literally only been a couple of months, man. So, and you're hitting minimum 200 burpees every day for you
Yes, yeah, it'll be 200 burpees now. So 'cause the 100 burpees is where it still feels challenging, but it's not pushing me to that point where I feel like, see that way you just feel as if you can't go anymore. That's every time I try to push for that, when I feel like I can't do this, so I keep trying to go from there. So the 200 is pushing that.
Yeah,
we'll be on a Nokia phone here, a Nokia 32.
Is this a Motorola Nokia? Is this a flip top phone?
Jeez, man, jeez. I'll give you some tips. What?
You've just brought the quality of this podcast episode down. So we're definitely relying on Chris's imagery and background to support the quality of this particular podcast.
So
Come on, Lee.
Right, okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Right, apologies, I've had to put my laptop on, and I've discovered the initial issue, and I had my laptop on mute. So this is possibly the biggest disaster of podcast history.
This is my big moment. This is going to take me
This
viral.
is big moment.
Exactly.
Viral. Take me past 300 subscribers.
This is what I was saying. Like Lee and I we had a catch up before you, Chris, and you said, "I can't hear you," and I was like, "I can hear you. All my settings are fine. I can see all the lights." Hey, I can't hear. I was like, "What's your speaker settings on? What's this?" And it's like, "Yeah, I don't know." And so he went to the defaulted to the app, and then he kept getting dropped out of that. And then we find, thank you for being honest, Lee. You had it on mute.
Yeah.
A classic. I just seen the wee cross on the thing there, and I was like, "Oh God, what a disaster!"
I started streaming.
But you know what? Listen. Right, it's allowed Chris to flourish, right? It's allowed Chris to get his story across without me interrupting. So,
Actually, that's a good point.
what have we been speaking about, and where can I jump in?
Whatever. You ask what you want to ask, mate. Whatever.
Right, so you were, like, to go back to something earlier you were saying, right? It was I don't know if you've touched upon it, but it was the 500 fiasco.
Yes.
Or the build
Yeah,
up.
that's all been and done, mate.
All right, so just leave the conversation and I'll jump in. Mate.
No, so we've talked about the 500 fiasco that you spoke about, and that was great. We've spoken about his training and what he's doing now, and the fact that he's only been a couple of months. We even spoke about he does the live streaming gaming, which he's not sure if you know about. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, I think, and I've told him on many an occasion he needs to grow up.
I'm just working different avenues. Something's going to work.
He needs to ditch the gaming. Any man still playing games over the age of 35 needs to have a serious word with himself.
What about my OnlyFans? Will I keep that? Will I keep my OnlyFans page? Is that okay?
And we also spoke about so he's got spoke about the gaming. Oh man, he just blinked and made me lose my track. Oh, we spoke about his burst eardrums and the Canva pictures, the Canva image. I said, I think Lee was sending you. He said, yeah. So I
was lying there with no hearing at all, just looking at a ceiling every day, and then it's just
I've went to town on Chris with this Navy SEALs with the excuses he was coming out with. I've never heard anybody in my entire life claim
burpees burst my eardrums.
Yeah, I know that
Navy
SEALs
SEALs
are brutal.
Yes, that was it. We'll talk about that next, how the Navy SEALs burst my eardrums.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I get like the 50 Navy SEALs, my ears just done boom, blew up.
And it was because of the Navy SEALs, you reckon, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. It was just that sort of overwhelming high impact exercise, and his eardrums.
It's like an IED get off in my head, man. Just just boom, man. Just this explosion. 50 Navy SEALs. So anybody who's watching, don't attempt 50 Navy SEALs to begin with, or else you'll end up.
All right. So here's a question, right? Like here's something that I want to sort of dig into, and it's Chris's is storytelling when he's doing burpees. Like, when you notice Chris doing his burpees, there's like most of us do our burpees rather quietly. We just kind of get our heads down, and now and again there'll be a turn of phrase, or we might sort of say something, but Chris just keeps talking throughout his burpees. Like, you've probably noticed through this podcast, like, Chris doesn't shut up, and he lets you know every pain that's like invading his carcass at that moment in time. Every squeak in the floor,
Well, my
every
missus
time he
don't. My
gets up on
missus will
his
watch
feet
this.
is met with like a sound, or a moment of sheer exasperation.
Aye.
And
Don't say anything
do you
about the
think that's
dog, mate.
something that like you bring to the Burpee community?
Right. Okay. So, right. I'd probably say no, but it's kind of adopted into that. So, right. So I thought to myself, right. So everybody who are doing burpees, right. So you've got yourself, you've got Joe, you've got. If I'm leaving anybody out, you've got what's his name, Ikram and stuff like that. You've got James Bruce. You've got all these studs, right? All these studs smashing out 2,500, 5 million Navy SEALs, all the rest of it. And you've got me. You've got me. So I'm thinking, right, what can I bring is different for everybody else, because I ain't no Burpee's Ikram or strong conditioned or Joe and stuff like that, mate. If all get your thing, these are really fit, really the high tier and stuff. Not to big he's up here, but so I'm thinking, what can I bring? So it didn't start with that, but now it's kind of adopted in. Well, why not add in a bit of entertainment value along with it? Plus, let people who hasn't done burpees before really in that extent know the true nature. Because as you said, just rep them out as if it's nothing. I watched for the first time. I seen somebody do 500 burpees and I said, oh, that looks alright. It's not bad. We'll get a bash. It's not like that at all. Don't let them fool you, everybody. Don't let them fool you. Don't. So people know the true nature of how rough it is, man. It's really brutal. Because as I spoke about when we spoke about, it's that when you're in your bed at night, you've got the romance of the burpees. I'm going to do 500 tomorrow. And then once the burpee darkness kicks in, 50 in, you're like, oh my God, why did I think about this? So, yeah. The dark side of burpees, eh?
But that's great though. I love that you're doing that, and that you, like you said, it brings that uniqueness to you,
Yeah.
and it adds something else to the community as a whole. So that's good to hear, and keep it up.
Yeah, it's still not. It's try to be entertainment, but at the same time, still try to put the work in. So I don't want to make it look as if it's a Joker scene. Do you know what I mean? As if it's full of jokers and stuff. So even though the comedy side's there, I'm still trying my hardest to keep up with the community in a sense. So maybe I will be able to do 2,000 burpees one day. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, yeah.
Who knows?
I think, well, like Lee mentioned in our catch up, you've got the ability. Everybody's got that ability. It's just whether or
Yeah.
not, I guess, do we
Mindset.
really want to do it? Do we
Yeah.
really need to? And Lee had a really strong motivational cause to
Unbelievable.
want to do
Yeah.
that. So,
Unbelievable.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
Unbelievable.
right, Lee.
Yeah.
I thought, and I intentionally haven't asked your favorite question that you like to ask. I've been leaving that, holding on to the hope that you would be able to reconnect on this podcast.
Yeah, no, before that, I also want to talk about, like, I've noticed there's like a flourish of style to his last couple of videos as well, where he's got his wee
The
intro,
Flash,
and
yeah, the
he's
Flash.
also bringing like an excerpt from the start, like, sorry, an excerpt from, say, halfway through the workout of him in absolute pain at the start to hook the viewer in. So I get, like, I think that what Ten Stretch is trying to do is he's trying to polish the raw and authenticity of the Burpee video.
It's well, same thing again. Like the rawness is what people come for. People see when people are going to like, let's. I'm not having a go at anybody. Let's talk about influencers, right? We'll talk about the influencer and Instagram stuff. They'll show them holding a bottle, or they'll do 2 or 3 repetitions or something. Okay, so there you go, Joe. So they'll show where they're doing 2 or 3 exercises, and then they'll show you this glitter size classes and stuff. So they're not really showing you real work. So I think the rawness of the Burpee community is where people want. They don't want to see the like people 2 or 3 reps and pretend that this is the exercises they do. So the authenticity of the workouts. But if you catch my drift, that's why people want to see this. They don't want to see somebody just do 2 chests, 2 buys, and then go away and just tell, man, they're coming to the Burpee community to see the real workouts. Do you know what I mean? So you catch my drift. So with me adding in this stuff, it's just, you know, that on the the side on the fly. I make videos for people and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd add in a bit of pizzazz to it, just stand out a wee bit. So yeah,
So actually, so you make videos on the side for other people. What sort of videos?
So say for instance, someone's what can I give an example? Like someone's doing not as much as a podcast, but say they're doing like a reaction video to some movie that's come out. They'll send me like 45 minutes of footage, and then they'll want that spliced into 10 minutes. So just
Gotcha.
cutting that up, adding in some filters, just stuff like that. So I'll do that for them.
Wow. And how long have you been doing that for?
2 years, roughly around about 2 years now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought you were going to say as long as you've been in the fitness, health, training sector. But no, just a couple of years.
I'm better videos, yeah, than the fitness. No, I'm joking. No, a couple of years. I took it up as a hobby to begin with, and then it just kind of, I went from there. So it was just an interest in learning. So yeah, it's gone quite well.
Nice. And did you study for that, or did you just self-taught, or what's
Self-taught. YouTube, that's where everything is
YouTube.
now. YouTube is where it is. YouTube and what's the name of that other website I used? So, I can't remember. It was a while ago. It was some website you subscribe to, and it takes you through like introductions and shows you different aspects of all it teaches you in a college course situation. I can't remember the name of it, but I learnt there too. But YouTube is the main one.
Nice.
Right, okay, doke. Right, let's go for some quick fire questions here, Joe.
Go on then.
Let's
You
put,
lead it off.
Let's go.
Let's put 10 stretch on the spot here.
Okay.
Right, first one, right, is the classic, right, top 3 Burpee practitioners, and you are allowed to say me and Joe this time.
The ones
No,
I
you're
would probably
not.
watch the most, to be honest, is you. No, because I feel bad because I do watch a lot of people, but
It's all right if you're watching me. It's okay.
yeah, no. Yours just keeps popping up, Joe. The algorithm keeps putting you towards me for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it was destiny, but you seem to pop up quite a lot. So it's probably Joe, you, Lee, and fitness for it. I can't say. I'm sorry for this.
Frossel.
Frossel, fitness Frossel, and somebody's in Burpee Beast keep popping up too. So Burpee Beast now and again. So aye, but there's also what's his name, the Burpee Punisher on Instagram. And then
We asked for 3, Chris.
3. You know you've
man.
given 5 just
I
there.
always remember, I'll see my subscribers going down now to 300, to 120 now. Everybody I got is fitness and you and Lee, yeah.
Name, actually, build on from that. Go on. You got free reign now. Going to give you 20 seconds. Name as many others that you like to follow and watch along with. Time starts now. Where you go.
So is that Osiris is his name? Osiris, James Brew.
15 seconds left.
What's that dude, man, for doing South?
You've done
Is
2
it
more so
Dads?
far. 3.
Dads,
10 seconds.
Burpee Zikram.
5 seconds.
And,
3, 2,
me.
1.
Me.
Me.
Me, I like to watch me. That's where all my views came from. Me, I'm on all the TVs in the house. I'm a narcissist. Sorry if I forgot it. I'm just really bad with names. Their names are hard to pronounce. Some of them too, so I struggle.
And that's good. We like to put people on the spot. Favorite cheat meal?
Favorite cheat meal?
Every meal.
I said Marco's Pizza.
Marco's Pizza.
I said Marco's. Lee's laughing. He knows what I mean.
What do you mean?
Oh, Chris always comes into work and he's like, you can see he's always got good intentions. Where he'll like, Lee, I've made you some liver the day. We'll eat liver and work.
Yeah. So probably.
And I'm like, I'm not eating liver that's been cooked in somebody else's house.
Mate, I made a kilo of liver. I made a kilo of lamb's liver for me and Lee the other day, man. He just gnawed it back. I had to eat it all myself.
You didn't even try it, Lee.
I refuse to eat liver that's been made in any other kitchen other than my own.
Yeah, right.
Right, okay. You made me eat a kilo of liver because of that. I've not eaten days and I'm still bagged up for it. My favourite cheat meal has got to be pizza. It's 100% a pizza. I love a good
Pizza.
Yeah.
All right. If you only had the option between chocolate and ice cream,
It's chocolate.
Which one?
I hate ice cream.
Chocolate.
I like ice cream.
you don't like ice cream. All right. Cool. Where have we got here?
Favourite All Blacks player?
Ooh, favorite All Blacks player. Do you know who the All Blacks are?
No. Yeah, I know, a rugby team, but I don't. Listen, I can't remember the name of my relatives most of the time. I'm not going to remember the names of all that. Come on. Say it, man. I don't know. Ask me something else. Come on. I don't
What
know nothing,
about
sorry.
favorite Glasgow Rangers player?
Oh, God. Don't my father-in-law will kill me, man. I don't know any. I don't know.
You don't know any?
No.
He's a
Okay,
Celtic
Joe, he's
supporter,
disappointed.
Joe.
I'm a
He's not
Celtic
got any
supporter, Joe.
favourite.
Celtic support. Okay, favorite Celtics player?
None. I don't support football either. I'm an
Oh.
MMA fan, mixed martial artist fan.
Okay, favorite mixed martial artist?
Favourite mixed martial artist has got to be Tony Ferguson wins it for me, man. Really like Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just love
right.
I just love everything about Tony. He's brilliant. He's been on a stint recently, but he's one of my favourite fighters.
Yeah. All right. What's another question?
Favourite gym apparel?
Gymshark, wow. I get made wear this.
Have you got Gymshark shorts on as well?
No.
No.
You just get boxer shorts on. That's why you can only see this part. That's why I can't stand up.
I'm still in shock we've allowed a guy to come onto this show with a Gymshark t-shirt
Do you know
on.
what? It struck me. So when the cam came on and we started talking, I went, "Oh no, I've got a Gymshark t-shirt on." I went, "Oh my god."
You know what? Because I picked up on it a few
Got it
minutes in. Yeah, after your second dropout or whatever it was, Lee, on this podcast. And I was like, hang on, I'm sure we banned Gymshark clothing or something. Or Lee did anyway. He made the announcement from the podcast.
We need to come up with a punishment workout that Ten Stretch needs to complete for this cardinal sin.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
That's when we get a part in the podcast, actually. That'd be quite good, though.
Right, so, and Ten Stretch has to deliver said routine before this podcast is put out.
So that gives you till Friday, because this will
Yeah.
be up this coming Friday.
Right, so he's not my limit, 500. Any more than that, I don't think it's possible.
No.
Yeah, no.
I propose 200 Navy SEALs.
Ah, they bothered. I went deaf with 50 the last time. Come on. 200. Come on. Did we tell you the story about? I'm not going to name names, but did you ever tell them the story about the guy who came in and he was following the whole burpees, they're easy and stuff like that, and he was kind of bamming me up, like kidding me on and work and stuff like that. Do you know, tell him the story? No,
I've not heard this.
He get the burpee shock his wife.
Share it.
Should I share it? Aye, okay. So this boy came into work and he was talking about how burpees are really low value exercise and stuff, and he was talking about how this other so I said to him, "Have you ever heard of Navy SEAL burpees?" So he's like, "No, but I can." He was talking about these extravagant numbers and how he runs 10Ks on a daily and stuff like that. So I says, "Right, okay." I says, "He's well, I'll do him no problem." So I was like, "Right, hit out with 20," and I swear, see by the time we get 5 in, the reality hit him, and he was left baffled. So he got on to 10, and he's, "Oh, I hurt my shoulder the other day," and all this stuff, and you could see in his face, he was just like, "What happened to me? I just get wiped out." I told him, I says, "Mate, these aren't like, they're unbelievable." So he went away baffled from me. He was just like, "What the hell?" And that was after 10, and this is a marathon runner, man. Do you know what I mean? So you're asking me to do 200. 100.
What do you? I'm happy to support whatever punishment. Well, not whatever, but I'm happy to support the punishment that Lee has proposed. What are you thinking? Are you thinking some middle ground, Chris?
You've got to remember this way. You've got to remember we are working next week and stuff like that together, and if I'm off in the sick because of this, you're on solo, mate. You're on solo, so.
The thing is, though, Lee doesn't care if you're sick. You're still gonna.
Don't let him fool you. Don't let him. There's a tear in his eye the last time I was off. He's not as hard as he makes it out to be, are you, Lee? Nah, seriously, hit me with it, and we'll get it done.
All right, 150 Navy SEAls.
150. Yeah, I reckon. 150 Navy SEAls for your punishment for wearing Gymshark
Right, okay.
apparel. I don't even know why we don't like. Well, I'm only supporting my co-founding partner here who made the call. Don't wear Gymshark. So I'm like, okay.
It just sums up the
Gymshark.
whole. It just sums up the whole fitness influencer
Okay,
culture.
yeah.
That
Alright.
encapsulates it, in my opinion.
I just bollocks it was so on sale. I get an email saying 50% off, and I did gym t-shirts, and now I'm doing 150. It didn't really pay for itself in this one, did it? Jeez, man. I'm going to write to them like, you know what you've done. I want my money back.
Don't send them this way. We'll be
I know.
we'll be blacklisted or something.
I know. I'm scared to put my wrist up, 'cause next I'll get it for a smartwatch or something now, man. Is that another 150 there?
Chris is getting more gadgets than James Bond.
Well,
That's
actually,
why I have
that's
no
one of
car.
that's one of the other questions. Who wins out of James Bond, John Wick, Jason Bourne, Jack Reacher, or the Equalizer, Robert McCall? Who wins?
Oh, the Equalizer, definitely.
The
The
Equalizer.
Robert
Why?
McCall. So it was
Why
one
is
of my
that?
favourite shows of the 80s. I loved Equalizer, man. Such a good show. Edward Woodward, the original.
He's
Are we
talking
talking
about
about
the Edward
Denzel?
Woodward version.
Oh, I didn't know you meant Denzel. I thought you meant
He
the
means
Edward.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
you're
I was
talking
in there,
about.
Oh,
Denzel.
no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Denzel too. Yeah, Denzel. I forgot about that one. I thought I thought about the one for the 80s.
No, that's all
times.
good.
Good
I
times.
don't have any other quickfire questions. You got some more quickfire questions,
No,
Lee?
I'm gassed out listening to Chris. This is what
How
I've
about
got to
ask
listen
you
to
some?
every
How
single
about you
Mate.
day.
get the guest to ask you some questions then? How about we do that?
You can do that if you like, but I was just going to reply to Lee. You can't be gassed out from listening to Chris. You've been hardly here. You've been here for about 5 minutes of this podcast.
You've
I
been
know,
five
but
different cams, five
I've
different
walked straight into a
devices.
tornado. A tornado with Chris's banter.
You've been 5 different cameras in the space of like 20 minutes. I love it.
I know, I can only apologise. It's an amateur mistake on my part, but the podcast is a learning process. It's been fine-tuned every week.
That's what I was going to say about, see, like when I started streaming and stuff like, see my sound for about a month, man, it was terrible. I sounded like a bag of cats drowning and stuff like that, man. It was just horrible. It took people like, mate, just stop streaming. They're like, you're an absolute embarrassment. People would write daily, just like, quit it, mate. And it took so long to get everything like fine-tuned, man. It was a nightmare. So yeah, man, you just got to keep at it, I suppose.
That's what I was going to say. So you obviously just kept at it, even though they're sending you all this these messages to just stop and get off. You just persisted.
Oh, of course, you get abuse every day for it, man. I'm saying abuse as if I'm some victim here. Oh my god, no, people are always going to write stuff, man. People used to write and sweat. You see it on YouTube too. Sometimes I used to delete the comments in YouTube, but the odd time I just leave them up now, man. People just like, what you even doing, mate? You're like a salmon coming out of water and stuff like that. And what's this? Burpees, you look like that. So you roll with it, but hey, that's the nature of the business, eh?
I love that you
business.
just leave them up. Leave them up.
You need to leave them up. You need to. It's the people's right. If they're coming to see yours, then it's their right.
I like that. That's a good approach. They're right to leave their comments. Yeah, cool. All right, good. What did you want to ask Lee, Chris?
I just wanted to ask you some both. Just ask when you're on Instagrams and YouTube, typing that doesn't transist as well. But this sounds as if I'm interviewing you now. But I speak about like the mindset, rather than the training, because like the training's hard enough, but it's like that mindset where your body can go further. What would mean? We've done 2,500 burpees, and Joe, you're always up at high burpees, but you've also been, was it SES and stuff like that? So you needed a crazy mindset for that. So how do you get into that mindset? What's the advice you could give anybody like myself? What's the advice for somebody who's starting off and how to build up that mindset? I know it takes time and stuff.
Repeated effort.
Yeah.
Repeated effort, constant grind, high numbers, just dark place engagement, consistency. To me, there's no magic secret. There's no hacks, there's no shortcuts, there's no tricks, there's no self-help books. There's just putting yourself under the hammer constantly. That's what develops mental endurance.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I've texted you a few times. We halfway through a session where I'm going to die, mate, and you're like, get a grip of yourself and stuff like that. Your wet blanket
Is it-
and stuff like that.
Is that when Lee said, when you said, "Hey Lee, I'm gonna die"? Does he come back and go, "Can I have your camera"?
It's all yours, mate. It's yours. In fact, I'm making money these days. If you want to sell it, but
Well, he can't say, "Can I have your car"?
yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, man.
He only gets about 8 mile to the gallon.
Oh, it's even if that, man. Nightmare.
Jesus, it would bankrupt me, that motor.
Oh, it's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare, man. So No, but it's the whole mindset things. I says it's like it's something that more people should kind of focus on because it'll take you to a place that, as cheesy as it sounds, it's like even including myself, I always thought, right, I'm doing this and that, or that was a good session, and that felt good. I pushed myself today, but as you've probably seen some of my videos, I just feel like dropping down dead, and it's like that push through that, you're going to be all right. You're not going to, you're cool, but it's taking yourself to that point, and
Yeah.
it's tough, man. It's a tough
Well,
grind.
to be fair, Chris, like you're relatively new in this puppy journey. It's something
Yeah.
that's going to come with time. But what you've got to do is you've got to use that 500 as your springboard, and you've got to use that as the foundation. Like anytime you're doing a high rep number, you've always got to think, I've did it before, and I
Yep.
can do it again, and I'll get there. Just chip away. The numbers come down eventually. You start to develop wee techniques in your head. Like if you're doing 10 rounds, the 8th round's the most important because you know there's only 2 rounds coming up straight after. Just wee things like that. It's the self-talk. You need to master the self-talk that's
Yeah.
going on in the head. You need to decipher the voices for what they truly are and their cues for making progress.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I done that with the Pelican Bay. So I thought to myself, so at the start I was adding up how many would that be in total, and I was like, right, man, I've done 500. I says this, I'll do this. Do you know what I mean? So then it was like you're breaking it down, and then you're like, ah, right, there's only 18 now. You've got 18 now. You've got, so you're breaking it down certain ways in your head. It's weird that you explain that because that's what I was thinking to myself. Even though it looked tough and whatever, I went, right, I've done 500. This is West. Let's just do this. So, but that 25 to the 20 was an absolute nightmare. It was horrible. After that, it was kind of okay, but no, it's cool, man. It's cool.
That's cool. That's good to hear. And yeah, I echo and support all the comments that Lee's shared so far. And it's good to hear that you've been applying some of that as well already, Chris, with regards to what you're doing. I think from my perspective in your question about, tips and how can people develop that and that mindset, there's lots of different strategies that I've come across and been fortunate enough to observe and see and apply. One of the main ones for me that has always rung true and stuck with me has just been having that just real pure raw desire to want to do whatever that thing is, whether that's to be a gamer, whether that's to become a trainer, whether that's to create a business, whether that's to complete X amount of burpees or train for whatever those reasons are. And over time for me, been fortunate to serve in the Defence Force and in the SAS, that mindset, I wouldn't have got there if there wasn't just a pure desire to want to be there. And same, like for me, that sort of transfers across to my training that I'm lucky enough to do. And I touched on some of this with Lee. Like there's something that underpins or that just drives individuals, and it's just finding what that is. For me, it's not wanting to let people down. For me, it's not wanting to let not only myself, not wanting to let myself down, but not wanting to let other people down, those closest to me, my friends, people, as you mentioned, that might take the time to come and have a look at what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're putting out there, even if they don't stay for the whole thing, even if they skip watch it, even if they just go to the end or whatever, or watch a little bit in the middle or just the start. They've invested some time in that in there. So from my personal perspective, this is just one aspect of it. Having real clear intentions and a reason as to why you're doing it. Because if you're just doing it because, oh, he can do 2,500 burpees, yeah, I can do that, then I'm tipping you're probably not going to do it unless you really, really want to complete that, because it's too easy. Nobody knows. You haven't put it out there like Lee did. Nobody knows that you're going to attempt it or that you're even thinking it, because we can't get in there. And then it's just easy to go, oh, get to 200 and go, yeah, stuff this. I'm not doing this anymore. And or don't post and upload your failed attempt, which is what I respect about the community and stuff as well, putting up things that they haven't completed, even though it might make me frustrated like your one did. But that mindset stuff is going to be different for everybody. But I've found for me the constant theme, hard work, consistent over time, long period of time, but having a real reason behind what it is that you're wanting to do. And if you've got that, you're pretty hard to stop. You're pretty hard to stop doing, like with your streaming and stuff. People can send you as much rubbish as they want to send. It's like, yeah, hey, I'll get this sorted out. I haven't got my audio sussed just yet, but I'll get it sussed. So yeah, that desire and drive is what helps keep me on the path for what I do.
Good man. Yeah, no, it's good to hear. It's good to hear, and
Beautiful,
that's the no. It's really good to hear. I might go smash out some burpees now after this, man.
Yeah,
No,
good.
Seriously, no, seriously, it was. It's. You see, this is the thing where why I've been drawn to this. No, we led me into it, but it's because, like as I says, you go on these social medias and you go on these other things, and it's what you take from these social medias and whatever else. But it's like you're just watching fitness, and I think a lot of people now are sick of seeing somebody just do 1 rep, 2 rep, but not really showing much into it or showing what it takes. And that's when you come over to the side of things where, like, we and yourself and other people, you're getting to see the actual real aspect of what fitness is. It's not just about the t-shirts or the sponsors or all the other stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've had a lot of young people coming at the gym recently, and that's all they talk about, man. They just want like boohoo.com codes and sponsors to Gymshark and stuff, and they're like, nah, I don't really want to work out. I just want everything else that comes along with it. Do you know what I mean? But unfortunately, man, hard work isn't easy, and that's where people like yourselves on YouTube are showing the real aspect that people are still really working out. That makes sense. That was it for me anyway. So I was starting to get a bit disheartened. Why is fitness done now? Is this it? Do you know what I mean? I just wear a Gymshark t-shirt, no need to work out, and that's me. Plastic
You're
fitness
like,
guy at the gym.
I'm gonna go join these guys. Where's my shirt? Where do I sign up?
But yeah, need to get a camera and a ring light for the gym now. So yeah, man. So aye, it is what it is, man. It's been a good run so far, and I'm really enjoying it. I've never, honestly, it's just amazing, man. It's unbelievable, amazing.
Excellent.
Really, really.
Well,
good,
it's still early days, like Lee said, but looking forward to continuing to support you over these next 12 months, bro, and seeing your journey continue to progress. Lee will obviously be there to keep you accountable at work, and I'll be here from afar in the comments, chiming away every now and then. But mate, appreciate your time. Grateful to have you on here. I'm just jumping in now before Lee does the wrap up scene as he introed. At least you didn't cut out during the intro, Lee. But grateful to have you on, Chris. Thank you for making time, brother, and look forward to staying in contact and following along closely and supporting as well as I can and as well as we can. And please make sure you never stop and pull off and not complete one of your workouts ever again.
It won't happen
and make
again.
sure you do these 150 Navy SEALs before next Friday for your penance for the gym show.
I'll just put 10 on repeat. I'm really good at editing videos. I'll do 10, just
Actually,
repeat
that's a good point.
just repeat that. I'll just do that. She's don't watch my videos anyways. I've seen it on YouTube. The first 15 seconds it just goes beep. So I'll just repeat it. So don't worry about it. But no, listen, thanks very much for having us in the show, man. No, honestly, man, just the motivation and stuff, because even though I don't know, man, it's I'm confusing myself here right now, because I've said it and I've said it again, man. It's like before we say, I'm sounding like as if like I owe the appreciation to Lee, but Lee, you're the one that kind of got me here, mate. Picked me up and gave me a shake, because you know yourself, mate. Without telling the camera, I was walking about like a wet blanket, mate. Do you know what I mean? Lost my way in fitness. So.
A beef castle, castle. He calls you.
Aye, that's it. So. Yeah, man, no, it's good. It's just watching the videos every day and seeing everybody, and then just getting in about it and the motivation and stuff while I'm watching you. So yeah, man, thanks very much for having me on the show.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on from the very little that I've actually heard tonight. But I'm very humbled by your kind comments, Chris. So
you're my
anyway,
wolf, mate.
it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. A very entertaining character.
Yeah, I'll try.
Absolutely.
Try. Yeah, man. So anyway, thanks very much for having us on, guys. I've been excited. That's why I had the 500. I was going to delete my YouTube and that now. That's all I wanted.
Well, you weren't going to be allowed on here until you had hit 500 burpees. Lee's made that as well. Like these, see, Lee will come up with the rules. I'll just support him. Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay. No Gymshark gear. Yeah, no Gymshark gear. 500 burpees buy-in to get on the podcast. Okay, yeah, you got to do 500 burpees to get on. He just spits them out there and we just roll with it.
No, Lee's right, because Lee was putting himself out there. We'll call it a reputation stuff, but Lee was putting himself and putting me out there, be saying like Chris and sharing stuff and putting me out there. And do you know what I mean? I didn't want to let Lee down. Do you know what I mean? It was nice enough for him to do that and help me out, so I couldn't let him down. Do you know what I mean? So is that it, Lee? You happy now?
Very happy, mate.
No more Canva pictures, mate.
You'll still be getting those, I reckon.
I know, man. No, thanks, man. So I says again,
appreciate
guys,
you,
thanks very
Chris.
much for having me on, man. Thank you.
You're welcome, brother. You're supposed to wrap up, Lee. Come on, man. You did the
sorry.
intro. Now
Sorry,
you
I
do
was
the
just waiting
outro,
for
brother.
Baz
Come
to
on.
talk.
You can just see him. He was like, yeah.
He's just been right up at you with the comments. Man, I'm going through his
Sorry,
head's
I'm in a state of bliss right now. Okay, guys, and thanks very much for tuning in. And tonight you heard the wonderful wisdom and the comedic talents of the one and only 10 Stretch from the East End of Glasgow. So thanks from myself, Lee Hazard, and my co-host, co-founder and great friend, Joe Hotai.